Hey everyone, it's Your Name here. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic. Things that have quietly disappeared over the last 20 years without anyone really noticing. It's kind of like when you lose a sock in the dryer, but instead of a sock, it's an entire cultural artifact. Remember phone booths or floppy disks? These relics of a bygone era have slowly faded from our lives, replaced by sleeker, shinier, and often more digital counterparts. So, join me as we take a trip down memory lane, exploring 20 things that vanished without a trace, leaving only a faint echo in the collective memory of those who remember a time before the internet ruled our lives. Let's get started. Remember phone booths? Those brightly colored boxes that used to dot street corners and shopping malls. They were like little slices of privacy in a very public world. Before cell phones became ubiquitous, phone booths were the lifeblood of communication on the go. Need to call your mom to say you'll be late for dinner. Phone booth, got a hot date lined up but need to confirm the time. Phone booth, witness a crime and need to call the authorities. Well, you get the picture. They were essential really, and let's not forget their iconic role in superhero movies. Where else would Superman change into his tights and cape? But alas, with the rise of mobile phones, phone booths became about as useful as a rotary dial in a touchscreen world. Today, they're mostly relegated to the realm of nostalgia, a quaint reminder of a simpler time when a pocket full of quarters was all you needed to stay connected. You might still spot one occasionally standing forlornly on a street corner like a forgotten sentinel of a bygone era, and if you do, take a moment to appreciate their retro charm. They're a tangible link to a time when life moved at a slightly slower pace. Okay, let's talk floppy disks. Remember those? Those thin, square pieces of plastic that held a whopping 1.44 megabytes of data? To put that in perspective, that's about 1/10 of a song on your Spotify playlist. But back in the day, floppy disks were cutting-edge technology. They were how we stored everything from school essays to important documents to, yes, even games. Remember the satisfying click of inserting a floppy disk into the drive, or the sheer panic when you accidentally put it in the wrong way? And who could forget the frustration of trying to squeeze one more file onto a disk that was already full? Those were the days, my friends, but like all good things, the reign of the floppy disk eventually came to an end. The rise of CDs, followed by the explosion of cloud storage, made these once mighty data storage devices obsolete. Now, they're mostly relegated to the backs of our drawers, gathering dust alongside old VHS tapes and that one Tamagotchi you could never keep alive. Chapter 3. Video rental stores, the weekend ritual we miss. Remember the excitement of Friday night trips to the video rental store? The rows upon rows of colourful VHS tapes, and later DVDs, the smell of popcorn, the thrill of picking out the perfect movie for your night in. Video rental stores were more than just places to get movies. They were community hubs, places where film buffs could gather, debate the merits of Die Hard versus Lethal Weapon, and get recommendations from the staff, who were often walking encyclopedias of cinematic knowledge. You could browse for hours, weighing your options, debating whether to go for the latest blockbuster or revisit a classic. And let's not forget the late fees. Those were always a gamble, a test of your memory, or perhaps your ability to feign ignorance. But alas, the rise of streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime Video changed the entertainment landscape forever. Why brave the crowds and risk late fees when you could have an entire library of movies and TV shows at your fingertips? Today, video rental stores are largely a thing of the past, a nostalgic reminder of a time when choosing a movie was a social event, not just another click on a screen. Chapter 4. MP3 players. Remember life before smartphones? Remember MP3 players? Those sleek, pocket-sized devices that held hundreds, even thousands of songs. Before smartphones took over our lives, MP3 players were the ultimate symbol of portable cool. The iPod, with its iconic click wheel and white earbuds, was king, but there were countless others. Zune, Creative Zen, SanDisk Sansa. Remember meticulously crafting the perfect playlist for every occasion? The agony of running out of battery at the worst possible moment? The thrill of discovering a new band or song? MP3 players changed the way we listened to music, freeing us from bulky CD players and the limitations of radio. We could curate our own soundtracks, taking our music with us wherever we went. But as smartphones became more sophisticated, incorporating music players, cameras, and eventually the entire internet, MP3 players slowly faded into obsolescence. Now, they're mostly tucked away in drawers, a reminder of a time when our pockets weren't dominated by rectangular screens. Chapter 5. Paper Maps. Unfolding the world, one fold at a time. And finally, let's talk about paper maps. Remember those? Those giant, unwieldy sheets of paper that folded and unfolded in a million different ways, often leaving you more lost than when you started. Before GPS and Google Maps, paper maps were the only way to navigate unfamiliar territory. They were essential for road trips, hikes, and even just finding your way around a new city. Remember the art of map reading, orienting yourself north, tracing your finger along the route, trying to decipher the tiny symbols that represented gas stations, rest stops, and points of interest. It was a skill, a challenge, and sometimes a source of frustration. But there was also something satisfying about unfolding a map, spreading it out before you, and seeing the world laid out in all its cartographic glory. It was a tangible connection to the places you were going, a reminder that the world was a vast and wondrous place, waiting to be explored. Today, paper maps are mostly relegated to glove compartments and the backs of junk drawers, replaced by the convenience and precision of digital navigation, but they still hold a certain charm, a reminder of a time when getting lost was all part of the adventure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting content. It's amazing how quickly things can change, how objects that were once ubiquitous can vanish almost overnight, replaced by newer, shinier technologies. But even though these things may be gone, they're not forgotten. They live on in our memories, a testament to the ever-evolving nature of technology and the bittersweet passage of time. See you next time.
You need to watch this if you struggle with finding a reliable ride to work. Commuters, meet Rose Hill Cabs. Imagine this, you're running late for work, and you need a cab pronto. Enter Rose Hill Cabs, your new best friend on the road. Don't take our word for it, just check out these rave reviews on Google. Emily says, Rose Hill Cabs has never let me down. Always on time, and the drivers are super friendly. John agrees. I've tried other services, but Rose Hill is by far the best. Clean cars, reliable service, and affordable rates. What more could you ask for? And Sarah? She's thrilled with the app's seamless booking experience. With just a few taps, my ride is confirmed. No stress, no hassle. So if you're tired of waiting for cabs that never show up, or dealing with grumpy drivers, give Rose Hill Cabs a try. Your commute deserves it. Hit the link in the description to book your first ride. Trust us, you won't look back.